Rust is hard, right? Yes. If confirmation of that is all you came for today, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Are they gone? Great. Here's the nuance. Rust is hard because programming is hard. We don't like telling people programming is hard. You might even think programming is easy, particularly if, like me, you don't have the highest opinion of yourself. If I can do it, it must be easy. But we need to be honest. Programming is tricky. It can be deeply frustrating when things don't work. If we tell people programming is easy, when it isn't, they'll think something is wrong with them the first time they struggle. The truth is, programming is hard. No matter how long you do it for, it remains hard. But you can do it. All you need to succeed is to want to do it, to keep going, to push on until the task at hand is done. Rust is no different. So why is Rust uniquely called out as hard, even by those who've mastered it? I think there are a few reasons. First, it genuinely used to be. The documentation wasn't as good, there were less guides, compiler errors weren't as useful, the tooling wasn't as complete, but that's all changed. The Rust community is full of amazing people all contributing to make Rust an amazing experience. Second, it's a bit of a badge of honor. If Rust is hard, those of us who managed to learn it must be special. And maybe that's true if you were an early adopter. But times have changed. Third, it's different. If you're coming from languages like JavaScript or Python, you now need to think about where things are stored in memory. If you're coming from C or C++, you need to describe how that stored data will actually be used. Finally, it's self-perpetuating. Everyone knows Rust is hard because everyone says Rust is hard. Rust is no harder than any other language, and I'd like to prove it. A few years ago, I had the bright idea to introduce a Rust service to an established ecosystem. The other engineers agreed the potential benefits were worth the experiment. I built it, and our hypothesis was right. It was 4 times faster and 5 times more memory efficient than our equivalent systems, but no one wanted to touch it. It was different, scary, and in reality, those games weren't really worth it. So no one but me touched it, until we hired a junior developer straight out of a bootcamp. They took to it like a duck to water. Well, that left me wondering, if they could learn it with 6 months programming experience, it couldn't be that much harder than anything they'd done up to that point. So is Rust hard? Yes. Is it uniquely hard? No. And I fully believe that anyone can learn it regardless of whether it's their first language or 10th. But what if you're struggling with it right now? Or if you know someone who is? How can we get them over the hump? If Rust is your first language, take the time to learn a little bit of how memory works. Not a lot, a little is enough. If Rust is not your first language, well, I'm told by people much smarter than me that when learning a second human language, to get really good, you have to stop translating in your head. You need to stop thinking in your first language and start thinking in your new one. Rust works differently to JavaScript, Python, PHP, Ruby. You don't need to worry as much about whether your types are exactly right. You need to think about where things live in memory. Rust works differently to C and C++. You can stop worrying about whether you're using memory correctly so long as you can prove it to the compiler. Start thinking like a Rust programmer. Ask for help when you get stuck. It's okay, we all get stuck. Give yourself time to learn, be kind to yourself, and remember, Rust is hard, but so was your last language and you managed that. You've got this.